Words can encourage, they can also inform. But in today's social media world, words can also hurt.
Melanie Posey here tonight with a very personal look at the power of words.
Turmoil and the instability that is taking place within the Max Transit leadership. When my daughter asks me what my job is, I tell her, "Mommy tells stories." It's what I've dedicated my life to for the last 20 years. I'm the interviewer, never the subject. Until one morning in late March when I stumbled across this post on Facebook. A picture of me, my hair blowing in the wind. The caption, "She need to be fired." This expletive's had been expletive for years. The post alone stopped me cold. Reading the 200 plus comments that followed, that brought me to tears, as I described to psychologist Dr. Josh Claypo.
So, you said you were shocked and you were hurt, but go a little beyond that.
I can't say I was angry. I wasn't mad. I was just like, why?
Okay.
What gives you the right to do this? Why do this? What is the benefit to you? The post called me a monkey, Chewbacca, and worse. From people I don't even know. Some I attend church with joining in. My daughter, they dragged her into it as well. A few days later, a second post popped up. This time, WBRC was tagged in it, so now my coworkers and my supervisors could see the whole thing. But I think what got me was, again, the piling on effect. And I think that's one of the problems with social media, is that people can be what I would phrase as cowards behind the keyboard. They feel that they can say whatever they want to say and it has no impact. So I just kind of dealt with it on my own for several days. I mean, I didn't tell anybody, I didn't talk about it because it's embarrassing. But then my stylist, Lisa Carter, reached out. The commenters had tagged her in the post too.
And I was like, oh my God, how can somebody actually do this to another person? You're not even realizing the words you put down there. What are you saying?
How did you know that this had sort of affected her?
She was hurt, she was sad, and she was a little bit more quieter. She wasn't really her same jolly, jumpy self like she is.
Of course, the news didn't stop because of the bullies, but for about a week, I would hear them in my head every day when getting ready for a live shot, or I'd hear them at church, in the mall, when I was with my daughter. And honestly, I became afraid. Are people going to comment? Are they going to continue to say stuff? You know, I mean, you just think about, is there going to be more?
We're going to change it up this time and get a little versatility.
But anyone who knows me knows my faith is foremost. It just took a little prayer to be reminded of how much I love me, that I am fearfully and wonderfully made regardless of what people say. I have been wanting to change my hair for several months, even before the comments, so I decided now was as good a time as any to do it, so I did. But it was strange. In the midst of it all, I got an epiphany, not about me, but about our children, my own child, and what they can be confronted with every day. And the aha moment was, so this is what kids are going through who are being bullied on Facebook, Snapchat, cyberbullied. So imagine our children who are still trying to figure out who they are, still trying to gain that confidence, yet they are faced with this same sort of bullying day in and day out. The life-changing consequences of bullying and what we can do to help is the focus of a story that I'm working on, guys, for Wednesday.
Yeah. Melanie, you said you weren't angry. I am. I'm furious. Yeah. I am furious.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's say they weren't all negative.
They were not all negative, and I think that's very important to point out. There were definitely some positive folks who commented on the post, had my back, so to speak. And in fact, ever since we started promoting this story this weekend, I have had, no joke, more than 50 people reach out to me with texts, with emails, with kind and uplifting words. And I certainly want to say thank you to all of those folks, you know, but we still wonder, why do people do this? Right. Why do they get joy out of doing this? And what can you do if you see it and you want to be helpful? How can you do this? 6:30 tonight, right after this newscast, Dr. Josh Claypo is going to be joining us on the WBRC Facebook page for a Facebook Live. Hope that you'll join us there.
You'll be back here on Wednesday as well as part 2.
Back here on Wednesday, we'll hear from young people as well as the mother of a young lady who took her life due to bullying.
You said they had your back, we do too.
Yeah.
Bless you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
What we heard that was being said was that she was a fat bee. I mean, that's what they called her. They would throw spitballs at her. They would knock her books out of her hands.
Those were the daily torments Alex Moore faced. Her mother, Jill, tries not to think about them much, but in those moments when she's caught off guard, the thoughts of how badly her daughter was bullied leaves her mind spinning.
They pulled her pants and panties down in front of people. You know, pulled them all down. I mean, just a constant humiliation.
For months, Alex endured the taunts and teasing until she couldn't anymore. It was just before 7 o'clock on the morning of May 12, 2010, that Alex decided to end the pain by plunging off an I-65 overpass. She was just 15 years old. But Jill wouldn't learn about any of the bullying until after Alex's death, when classmates came to her. Alex never showed signs or talked about the daily pain she experienced.
I mean, she was going through a lot at school, and I don't know how she dealt with it. I just don't understand why she wouldn't come tell us.
Because you don't want to seem like you're going through something, like the perfect image again.
You don't want to seem weak.
Right.
We sat down with a group of teens who admitted speaking up about something so personal and so painful can be hard.
Is now ganging up together against you, and you feel more alone, and you feel all those emotions, and you feel like you can't trust anybody.
Part of that, these students say, is the anonymity, especially cyberbullying, allows.
Bullying is not what people think it is anymore. It's a lot more secretive, and it's a lot meaner than I think people make it out to be.
And they say it can be about anything that doesn't meet what is deemed as the correct high school standard.
Like, if one kid doesn't wear like the correct brand, or if they don't look a certain way, or if a girl shows up to school without makeup and she doesn't look like she normally does.
They try to put you in like a select group that, based on how you're coming to school, will be.
And who you're friends with and who you date too, I think.
And you kind of feel like no matter what you do, it's never enough.
So we asked them, what can we do as parents, teachers, community members to help them navigate those stormy waters? One suggestion, try to put yourself in their position and consider how you would feel, how your teen self would have felt if you were the victim.
I feel like if you see what they're going through and see how you would take it, let it soak in, and then maybe work on it together, if even, because that's what parents are for.
I'd say don't be quick to jump in and do it, then just listen.
For you kids that are bullying, this is what you can make somebody do. For you that are being bullied, don't let it come to this. Tell somebody. Keep telling somebody till somebody does something.
And I'm here to say, yo, I'm a leader in our community. Mocking people is not cool. Mocking people is unacceptable.
Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin doesn't hold back on how he feels about the topic. He candidly admits that
I was on the smaller side. I was on the skinny side. I was on the nerd side. So think about that, right? I wasn't the athlete. I wasn't necessarily the smartest.
But he found a way to navigate through it and rise above it. He reached out to WBRC after seeing our special reports on the topic, and while he encourages those being bullied and condemns those doing it, his main message is for another group.
The people who it doesn't affect can't be silent to it or add on to it. Just because we see people getting in the mud doesn't mean we have to stand on the sideline and watch it. We can blow the whistle, we can wave the flag, we can say, hey, time out for this. This is bad. We can be better.